Good evening and happy Saturday to you. Beautiful weather shot right there, you can see, but a lot of haze out there, so we're definitely getting some ocean influence as we speak. Inland areas still on the warm side. That also helps to keep the marine layer kind of going because it's as warm inland. The air rises with the heat and it basically sucks in that marine layer, so that's why we get the little sea breeze in the afternoon. Still very nice in Gaviota at 75 degrees and downtown about 72, so again, a very nice evening out there across the area. Winds are mild in nature, but still tending onshore, which means from the ocean to the land. So therefore, we are getting, again, the marine layer activity. And we can look on the big satellite. We have a couple areas of interest. One is a little area of low pressure that has been sort of skirting off our coast right there. As it pushes inland, it doesn't bring any real threats of rainfall, which would be really nice. But what it does do is it beefs up our marine layer, just keeps that steady onshore flow. And we're also going to be keeping an eye over the next several days to our east. We're expecting an area of high pressure which sort of meanders back and forth throughout the summertime to push back toward our coastline. That won't happen until very late in the 7-day forecast, and as it does, it will likely bring in the possibility of some monsoon, more energy in that form, possibly some inland thunderstorms, and as well a little warming trend as we head again into the latter half of that forecast. Now, as far as the overnight fog tracker, look at that. Every so often we get these little green blurbs right there. That's possibly some maybe scattered drizzle out there. Not really expecting much in the widespread stuff, but there is a chance you might get a little wet windshield out there. And as far as clearing, a little bit of stubbornness with that fog along the central coast as possible. You can see right there, looks like just to the south of maybe Point Arguello in that area, maybe around Lompoc and back up into Santa Maria. You might have some patchy cloudiness out there. And even on the Oxnard Plain, we might even see a little bit of lingering fog like we did today in that region as the marine layer just not really moving a whole lot. And as far as tropical activity, well, this is our little birthing area, so to speak, our baby nursery for Pacific hurricanes, Eastern Pacific. And it looks like right now our intertropical convergence zone, which is a glorified way of saying where these are born, looks to be pretty quiet right now. So good news for Hawaii. It looks like once Julio passes to the north, things should be fairly quiet. Now, as far as us, no hurricanes in sight at all for the south coast. You can see just nice weather out there. Mild to warm conditions, AM fog, PM sun. That usual routine that we're so used to in this part of the world, and we should also be so thankful for, is going to continue at least for the next several days. Some warming again coming in that 7-day forecast. There is some surf out of the south right now. We actually have a few swells coming up, and water still very mild across the area. And a quick look at a couple of our forecast pages. Look at that. Just going to stay very steady status quo, and then possibly seeing some warming as we head to the latter half of the forecast, which would be a week from, say, today and tomorrow. So we'll go ahead and stop on our next map right there, which of course is beautiful San Ynez. And look at that, possibly back in the 90s. And for this time of year, at least, that's really nothing to complain about. I mean, we're just high 80s, low 90s, inland areas. I would have to say absolutely no complaints.
None here either. That's great. Thank you so much. For the second time this summer, a supermoon will light up the night sky. This lunar event could also include some shooting stars. This is file video of the summer's first supermoon on July 12th. The phenomenon occurs at the point in the moon's orbit when it's closest to the Earth. As a result, the full moon appears